Win against all odds. Goldel, key to prosperity. Life is a series of tests. Challenges will come. Failure, rejection, loss, setbacks, and disappointment. They're not possibilities, they're certainties. Most people see these challenges as roadblocks, barriers that stand between them and their dreams. They view adversity as a signal to stop, a reason to doubt themselves. But here's the truth. Challenges aren't obstacles. They're opportunities. Every struggle you face holds the potential to make you stronger, wiser, and more capable. The difference lies in how you respond. Your response to life's tests determines whether they break you or build you. The most successful people, entrepreneurs, athletes, leaders, and innovators, aren't defined by their talent or luck. What sets them apart is their ability to face challenges head-on. They don't crumble under pressure, they thrive in it. They don't let failure define them. They use it to refine their approach. They don't see setbacks as endings, but as beginnings of something greater. This isn't about avoiding difficulties, it's about transforming them into stepping stones. It's about training your mind to see every challenge as a chance to grow, to prove what you're made of, and to move closer to your goals. Your mind is your greatest weapon. It shapes how you interpret adversity, how you handle pressure, and whether you push forward or give up. Without a strong mindset, challenges will overwhelm you. But if you condition your mind to respond with clarity, strength, and resilience, you become unstoppable. This isn't about fleeting motivation, it's about mental discipline. It's about building a mindset so powerful that no setback can derail you. You can't control what life throws at you, but you can control how you react. Master that reaction, and you'll turn every challenge into a triumph. The purpose of challenges. Challenges don't exist to stop you. They exist to shape you. Most people misinterpret their purpose. They see adversity as a threat, a sign they're on the wrong path. They feel discomfort and assume it's a reason to quit. But challenges are neutral. They're neither good nor bad. They carry the meaning you assign to them. A setback is only a failure if you decide it is. A rejection is only the end if you stop moving forward. The purpose of a challenge is to reveal your character, to test your resolve, and to prepare you for greater things. Think about an athlete training for a championship. They don't build strength by staying comfortable. They lift heavier weights, push through exhaustion, and train when their body begs to stop. That resistance is what makes them stronger. Your mind works the same way. Challenges are the weights that build your mental toughness. If you avoid them, you weaken yourself. If you face them, you grow. Discomfort isn't a stop sign, it's a signal you're stretching beyond your limits, stepping into the territory where growth happens. Most people run from discomfort. They pull back when things get hard, telling themselves, "This isn't for me," or "I'm not cut out for this." But discomfort is the birthplace of resilience. It's where you forge the strength to handle life's toughest moments. Imagine a butterfly struggling to emerge from its cocoon. That struggle strengthens its wings, enabling it to fly. If someone cuts the cocoon open, the butterfly never develops the power to survive. Your challenges are doing the same for you. They're toughening you, equipping you for the next level. But only if you stop avoiding them and start embracing them. The greatest success stories are built on adversity. Look at history's icons. Entrepreneurs who built empires, athletes who shattered records, leaders who changed the world. Every one of them faced moments where they could have quit. They dealt with failure, criticism, and setbacks, but instead of shrinking, they rose. They didn't succeed despite challenges. They succeeded because of them. Their struggles sharpened. Their focus deepened their resilience and forged a mindset that refused to break. Your challenges are no different. They're not here to defeat you, they're here to define you. Shifting your mindset, transforming challenges into triumphs, starts with your mindset. Your mind determines how you interpret events, how much pressure you feel, and whether you act or hesitate. Most people let their minds run on autopilot, reacting to adversity with fear, frustration, or doubt. They tell themselves, "I can't do this," or "This is too hard." These thoughts aren't just words, they're instructions. Your mind believes what you tell it most consistently. If you feed it stories of defeat, it will find ways to make those stories true. Your body will tense, your focus will waver, and you'll create the failure you feared. But you can rewrite the script. Instead of saying, "I can't handle this," tell yourself, "This is making me stronger." Instead of, "This is too hard," say, "I've overcome worse." Instead of, "What if I fail?" ask, "What can I learn?" This isn't blind positivity, it's programming. You're conditioning your mind to respond with strength, not surrender. Elite performers, like athletes or CEOs, use self-talk to prepare for pressure. Before a big game or decision, they affirm their readiness, not because they feel fearless, but because they're training their mind to expect success. Your self-talk shapes your reality. When a challenge hits, pause and listen to your inner dialogue. Are you shrinking or expanding? Are you focusing on the problem or the solution? If you catch yourself spiraling into doubt, interrupt the pattern. Replace "I can't" with "I will figure this out." This small shift changes how you feel and act. Over time, it becomes automatic. Your mind learns to default to resilience, turning challenges from threats into opportunities. Mindset isn't just about thoughts, it's about focus. Where you direct your attention determines your energy. Most people focus on what's wrong, the setback, the loss, the pain. This traps them in a cycle of defeat. But resilient people focus on what's possible. They ask, "What can I control? What's the next step?" This shift in focus doesn't erase the challenge, but it empowers you to move through it. For example, if you lose a job, dwelling on the unfairness drains you. But focusing on updating your resume, networking, or learning a new skill moves you forward. Where focus goes, progress follows. Taking ownership to turn challenges into triumphs, you must take ownership of your life. Most people give away their power. They blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their struggles. They say, "This isn't my fault," or "I can't control this." But blame weakens you. If your problems are always someone else's fault, you've surrendered your ability to solve them. If your setbacks are always external, you've lost before you've begun. Ownership isn't about taking blame, it's about reclaiming control. Winners own everything, their successes, their failures, even the things they didn't cause. They don't waste energy complaining about what's unfair. They ask, "How can I use this? What can I do next?" This mindset gives them power. If you own the problem, you own the solution. If you take responsibility for where you are, you take charge of where you're going. For example, if a business deal falls through, blaming the other party keeps you stuck. But owning it, analyzing what went wrong, improving your approach, and seeking new opportunities puts you back in the driver's seat. Ownership shifts your perspective from victim to victor. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can I grow from this?" Instead of saying, "This shouldn't have happened," say, "This is my training." This reframing turns adversity into advantage. It doesn't mean you ignore pain or pretend everything's fine. It means you refuse to let pain define your path. You decide what happens next, not your circumstances. Ownership also means rejecting excuses. Most people justify quitting by pointing to external factors, lack of time, resources, or support. But excuses are just stories you tell yourself to avoid discomfort. Winners don't entertain them. They find a way, no matter the odds. If they lack resources, they get creative. If they lack time, they prioritize. If they lack support, they build their own. Ownership is the commitment to act, regardless of the conditions. Reframing challenges. Once you've taken ownership, the next step is to reframe the challenge. Challenges are neutral. They only carry the meaning you give them. A setback can sigh away, be a disaster or a lesson, depending on how you view it. Most people see adversity as negative, a sign they're failing, but successful people see it as neutral, even positive. They know every challenge contains an opportunity, every failure a lesson, every struggle a chance to grow. Reframing is about changing the story you tell yourself. Instead of thinking, "This is a disaster," ask, "What can I learn?" Instead, "I can't believe this happened," say, This is preparing me for something bigger. For example, if a project fails, don't label it a loss. Analyze what went wrong, identify improvements, and apply those lessons to your next attempt. This shift turns failure into feedback, making you stronger for the next challenge. History is full of examples. Many of the world's greatest businesses were born in crises. Iconic inventions came from necessity. Legendary leaders were forged in hardship. They didn't see challenges as barriers. They saw them as catalysts. They faced the same problems as everyone else, but chose to see opportunity. Where others saw defeat, you can do the same. When adversity strikes, train yourself to ask, how can I use this? What's the hidden advantage? This mindset doesn't just help you survive, it helps you thrive. Reframing requires practice. Your first instinct might be to react negatively, to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. That's normal. But don't stay there. Pause, step back, and consciously choose a new perspective. Over time, this becomes your default. Challenges stop feeling like threats and start feeling like puzzles to solve. You'll approach them with curiosity, not fear, turning every obstacle into a chance to grow. The power of action, perspective, and ownership are critical, but they're not enough. To transform challenges, you must act. Most people freeze when adversity hits. They overthink, hesitate, or wait for the perfect plan. This inaction kills momentum, letting the challenge grow larger in their minds. But winners move fast. They don't need all the answers. They take the first step, then figure it out as they go. Action creates clarity, confidence, and progress. Momentum is built through movement. Even a small step, a phone call, a new plan, a single task, shifts you from passive to active. For example, if you're rejected for a job, don't dwell on it. Update your portfolio, reach out to a contact, or apply somewhere else. That first action sparks momentum, making the next step easier. Each step builds confidence, proving to your mind that you're in control. Challenges stop feeling overwhelming when you're moving through them. Action doesn't mean recklessness. It means deciding to advance, even when you're unsure. You don't need a perfect strategy, just a willingness to start. Confidence doesn't come before action, it comes from it. The more you act in the face of adversity, the more you train your mind to respond with strength. Over time, this habit becomes who you are, someone who moves forward, no matter what. Small, then wins are the building blocks of momentum. Each time you overcome a minor challenge, you reinforce your ability to handle bigger ones. Your subconscious starts to believe, I can do this. This belief changes how you approach adversity. Instead of shrinking, you expand. Instead of hesitating, you act. Momentum turns challenges from roadblocks into opportunities, making you feel unstoppable. Building resilience. Resilience is the heart of transforming challenges. It's what separates those who quit from those who rise. Resilience isn't about enduring hardship, it's about growing through it. It's about adapting, learning, and coming back stronger. Most people think resilience is innate, but it's not. It's built through consistent choices, forged in the moments when you choose to keep going despite pain, doubt, or fear. Resilience is built in the fire. You don't develop it in easy times. You develop it when life tests you. Each time you push through discomfort, you strengthen your resolve. Each time you focus on solutions instead of problems, you sharpen your mind. Each time you act despite fear, you prove your strength. These small decisions compound, creating a mindset that thrives under pressure. To build resilience, embrace discomfort. Most people avoid it, chasing ease and instant gratification. But growth requires struggle. Think of elite athletes. They train when they're sore, tired, or unmotivated because they know discomfort is the path to strength. Your challenges are your training ground. When you feel resistance, don't retreat. Lean in. When things get hard, don't complain. Get tougher. The more you embrace discomfort, the more resilient you become. Controlling your emotions is another key. Challenges test your feelings as much as your skills. If you let frustration, anger, or panic take over, you'll make poor decisions. Resilient. People stay calm under pressure. They don't ignore emotions. They manage them. When adversity hits, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask, what's the best move I can make right now? This shift from reacting to responding gives you clarity, letting you act from strength, not chaos. Finally, resilience comes from identity. See yourself as someone who doesn't quit, who finds a way no matter what. Build this identity through consistent action. Every time you overcome a challenge, you reinforce the belief that you're resilient. Every time you act instead of hesitate, you prove you're capable. Over time, this identity becomes unshakable. Challenges no longer scare you. They excite you because you know you're built to handle them. Conditioning for pressure success requires performing under pressure, but most people crumble because they're not used to it. They avoid stress, staying in their comfort zones. But pressure is inevitable. It's where growth happens. To transform challenges, you must condition yourself to handle it. This means seeking out situations that test you, deliberately stepping into discomfort to normalize it. Think of a firefighter training for emergencies. They don't wait for a real fire to prepare, they simulate high-stress scenarios to build their skills. You can do the same. Take on projects that stretch your abilities. Have tough conversations you've been avoiding. Set deadlines that push your limits. These experiences teach your mind to stay calm and focused when the stakes are high. The more you expose yourself to pressure, the less it intimidates you. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. Instead of thinking, this is too much, you'll think, I've handled this before. This conditioning rewires your response to adversity. You stop freezing and start performing. Pressure becomes a signal to rise, not retreat. Conditioning also involves preparation. Anticipate challenges before they arise. Visualize tough scenarios, losing a client, missing a deadline, facing criticism, and rehearse your response. How will you stay calm? What actions will you take? This mental rehearsal builds confidence, so when the real challenge comes, you're ready. Preparation turns pressure into an opportunity to shine. The mindset of inevitability. To win against all odds, adopt a mindset of inevitability. Most people hope they'll succeed. They wish for good outcomes but leave room for doubt. Hope is fragile. It cracks under pressure. Winners don't hope, they expect. They believe their success is certain not because they're arrogant, but because they trust their ability to keep going. This belief drives their actions, making them relentless in the face of adversity. Expectation changes how you move. If you expect to win, you don't hesitate. You act with confidence. You take risks others avoid. You keep pushing when others quit. For example, an entrepreneur who expects their business to succeed doesn't panic at the first setback. They adjust and keep building. Their belief bends reality, turning obstacles into temporary hurdles. Build this mindset by eliminating the option to quit. Most people keep quitting as a backup plan, saying, I'll try, but if it doesn't work, I'll stop. This mindset guarantees failure. It gives your brain an escape route. Winners remove that option. They say, I will make this work. When quitting isn't possible, your mind stops looking for excuses and starts finding solutions. This shift creates unbreakable determination. Reinforce inevitability with proof. Each time you overcome a challenge, you build evidence that you're unstoppable. Track your wins, no matter how small. Reflect on past struggles you've conquered. This proof strengthens your belief, making success feel not just possible, but certain. When you expect to win, challenges become steps on the path to victory, not barriers to it. Becoming unbreakable. Every challenge asks one question: what are you made of? Are you someone who quits when things get tough, or someone who rises when tested? Most people let challenges define them. They see adversity as proof they're not enough. They quit, telling themselves, it wasn't meant to be, but you're different. You know challenges aren't the enemy, they're the path. You know discomfort isn't a signal to stop, it's a sign you're growing. You know adversity doesn't break you, it builds you. To become unbreakable, decide that no challenge will stop you. This isn't a one-time choice, it's a daily commitment. Train your mind to respond with strength before adversity strikes. Eliminate quitting as an option. Condition yourself for pressure. Expect success, not as a hope, but as a certainty. Each time you face a challenge, you're not just overcoming it. You're becoming someone who thrives in it. Your life will be defined by your hard moments. Anyone can shine when things are easy, but your true character shows when life tests you. Those tests aren't punishments, they're invitations to grow. They're chances to prove your strength, to sharpen your mind, to build a legacy of resilience. The world doesn't hand you success, it challenges you to earn it. Will you step up or will you step back? From this moment, choose to rise. Let every setback fuel your fire. Let every obstacle become a stepping stone. Let every challenge shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. You're not just surviving adversity, you're transforming it. You're not just facing challenges, you're winning against all odds. Decide today that nothing will stop you, and watch your life become a testament to what's possible when you refuse to break.